Have you ever felt like you were apologizing for your existence? Do you often shrink back when you enter a social space, as if you want to be smaller, lighter, and easier to manage? In psychology, we call that the silent wound, a scar that forms in childhood but leaves almost no visible marks. It is the wound of emotional neglect. Today, as a psychologist, we will delve into how silence shaped the person you are. We will explore how this wound reorganizes your nervous system and how you can start rewriting that story. Because the emptiness you feel is not a flaw, it is the echo of a connection that was missed. Let's begin this journey together to find the child who had to shrink themselves to survive. There is a quiet kind of wound that forms in childhood, one that rarely leaves visible scars yet shapes the entire architecture of a young person's inner world. It is the wound of being ignored. When a child grows up in the shadow of emotional absence, they slowly learn to see themselves through a distorted lens, a lens that tells them their needs are inconvenient, their feelings excessive, and their presence somehow too much for the room they stand in. As a psychologist who spends years studying the rebellious emotional landscapes of growing adolescence, I've seen how deeply this early silence seeps into adulthood. The ignored child often becomes the adult who instinctively shrinks the moment they step into a social space. As if apologizing for existing, they downplay their opinions, hesitate before expressing emotions, and brace themselves for disappointment even when success is already in their hands. The tragedy is not that they lack talent or value, but that their internal template was constructed in an environment where acknowledgement was rare and emotional resonance was absent. This internalized neglect schema becomes the quiet script that runs beneath every decision. The brain, shaped through repeated moments of being overlooked, learns to predict abandonment as a natural outcome. A child who is consistently met with silence begins believing that silence is what they deserve. It's not that they don't long to be seen, it's that they have learned not to ask. They grow up feeling that their needs complicate things, that their desires create pressure, that their emotions are burdens rather than bridges. So they adapt by erasing parts of themselves, trimming their personality down to something lighter, smaller, easier for others to manage. This adaptation may look like strength on the surface, quiet, obedient,